Hi friends, so just wanted to showcase CSS library called Bootstrap. So Bootstrap has a lot of very cool button components, carousel components, card components, navbar components that you can use right off the bat. You don't have to write your own CSS. So let's look at that. So just search for Bootstrap in Google and go to the link, and you can sort of see that how to use it and how to do that. So if you go to the docs, you can see my mouse cursor docs, and you can click on download, and it is already available on CDN, Content Delivery Network. So you can just copy this to the clipboard and paste it into your project. Okay, so let me do that. So I have copy pasted the link, which is the bootstrap.min.css and bootstrap.bundle.min.js. So min.css has all the CSS code that you can use, and JS code is there for you to enable interactivity and all that. So this is a pretty cool library that you can use. And we also have a style sheet where we have just said body is display effects and justify content center, and that's basically it. And now let us add a component from Bootstrap. In case you the components, you can go to components here, and you can go to the card. A card component is simple component where you have an image, you have a title, you have some text, and you have a button which can be linked to some web page. So basically you can again copy this to clipboard and paste it in your code and fill in the image information, alt information, title information, and so on and so forth. So let me do that and showcase it to you. So friends, here it is, div class card. So the card is a class defined in Bootstrap. We are using it, and style and all already it's defined in Bootstrap. And you can see we are saying image source is equal to flower image, which we used in our previous projects from the images folder, which is right here. And we are just saying art information is just a flower, and the title information is also a flower, and we are saying the text information is a very beautiful flower, and we just put ahref to google.com and called it Google, so that it can link to Google. That's basically it. It's very simple. So if we save this website and we control refresh this, you can see that we got a very beautiful card. So even if I don't inspect this, we got a very beautiful card for ourselves, wherein we have an image, a title, a text, and a link. Okay, so we didn't have to write any CSS code for this. You can inspect this, right? And you can inspect the card body, and you can see that flex, padding, all that is coming from card.css, which is a part of our Bootstrap code. So you can see that Bootstrap at the rate 5.1.3/scss underscore card.scss. So it's coming from there. So a very cool sort of CSS has been brought to us by Bootstrap, which we are using, and it works right off the bat. Hi friends, so just wanted to showcase the 12 column layout of Bootstrap. So this is a very useful tool in making your website responsive. So to showcase that 12 column layout of Bootstrap, let's add some HTML and CSS code. So you can see that we have a div class called container fluid. So container fluid and container are built into Bootstrap. Container will have some margin. Container fluid will go from end to end. And I have also specified a marg 0, which is marg 0 is margin 0. It's a class giving in style.css. And the important thing to note is our style.css should be coming after the Bootstrap CSS, so that anything overridden on Bootstrap will be in our CSS, which will be used. Okay, so there is a class called container fluid, which takes the container from makes the container occupy the entire width of the web page, and there is a container row inside and inside the container you can have multiple rows, as you can see here, and inside the row you can have multiple columns. Okay, and in each column we have a div, and we have given the div class border, where we are saying border is 2 pixels solid black, just to denote its border. And you can see that this div has a column 2, this div has a column -4, this div has a column -6. What it means is Bootstrap usually divides the entire width into 12 columns. What we are saying is the first column can occupy 2 of those, the second column can occupy 4 of those columns, and the third one can occupy 6 of those columns. So totally it will be 12. Okay, but in row 2, the first column can occupy the 4, and the second column can occupy the rest of the 8. So here also the summation is 12, but the division among columns is different. So to have a look at this, let's go back to our web. Let's just control refresh this. Right, so you can see here we have 2 rows and 3 columns in the first row and 2 columns in the second row, right? So you can see that column 2 is occupying, column 4 is twice as column 2, and column 6 is column 2 plus column 4. Okay, so these are the 12 columns which are defining the entire width. Okay, so even if I sort of resize my page, you can see that the column 2, column 4, column 6 are maintaining their ratios. Okay, and also column 4 and column 8. Column 8 is double of column 4, no matter what the width here is, and you can see that basically the whole width is getting divided into 12 columns, and the first column of this grid is taking 4 of those, and second column of this grid is taking 8 of those. Okay, so this is very convenient, friends, to build responsive websites like we'll see in the near future. But you can also have a look at inspect the container fluid margin 0, and the container has row, and you can see that each row is now getting highlighted, and inside the first row you have first column which occupies 2 columns of the Bootstrap grades column 12 layout, then 4 columns, then 6 columns, right? And in the row 2 it is 4 columns and 8 columns. Okay, so this is a very convenient tool to create responsive website, as we'll see in the. Hi friends, just wanted to showcase this link, getsbootstrap.com/docs/ 5.0/layout. If you see my mouse cursor /containers, here you can see the container fluid, container small, medium, large, and what are the pixel sizes they are corresponding to and all that. Just wanted to show this to you. This information is available on their website. Please have a look at it, and we'll be demoing some of this container small, medium, large, and how to use this for responsive website design shortly. But just thought would showcase the link on the website. And you can also go and see getbootstrap.com docs5 layout grid, and there you can see how they divide it into, if you just say column, it will by default take, since you have 4 columns, it will give the same width to each of the column. And you can also specify column 8 and column 4 to specify how much of the 12 columns of the bootstrap 12 column design that it should take care of. Hi friends, so continuing from where we left off, we have added some extra code here to showcase a little more about the 12 division layout given by Bootstrap. So we have added a div class which has HR class, which is just a horizontal line. So HR class is nothing saying it has occupying a width 100 and margin 100. That's all. Just to differentiate between what we were doing before and what we are doing now. And here we have the same class, container fluid, and we have only one row currently. And inside the one row we have only one column. Okay. But the special thing is in the column, before we used to say just column -4. If you look at my mouse cursor, we are just saying column -4. That is occupy 4 columns in the 12 column design. But here we are saying, so anything greater than large 4 columns, between medium and large 8 columns, and between medium and small and medium 12 columns. Okay. So to demonstrate this, you can just save this and here and just control refresh our website. And I have enabled this responsive design. If you see my mouse cursor, the toggle bar here, and I have set dimensions responsive. So you can see for large and above, it is taking 1/3 of the width. That is, you can see this column 4 here, and it is taking 4 columns exactly. Okay. And as and when I make it small, you can see that as soon as I go below large but I'm greater than medium, it is taking 8 columns. That's what we are saying by column medium 8. For anything greater than medium and less than large, you take 8 columns. So you can see this is 8 columns and this is also 8 columns. And when you go less than medium and greater than small, it is taking all the 12 columns. So friends, this is something we can use instead or together with our media queries, right? So media queries, we said that if you're below 680 pixels, arrange it like this and so on. So here also this is a technique to ensure how our columns should style themselves depending on the width of the device.